There you go.
Hello.
Hi, and
I'm Steve Brown.
this is Owen Brown, and this is episode 7 of the Generational Podcast.
Yeah, and we have a few stories for you today, I guess.
All right.
Right. So, Owen, what are you gonna do for the summer?
I'm definitely going to wrestle, and I've been putting this off, but I have a painter in the living room that I should be using to make money.
A paint machine.
A paint machine, actually. And then the mask and everything to make sure I don't get any of the paint in my body. And then I also have a Latin class to do and to finish up so I can graduate.
Boy, learning Latin.
Oof.
Wee. Yeah, man.
So I have a question for you, actually.
What's that?
So a few weeks ago, we talked about Key West, and I wanted you to tell your story.
Oh, well, we went to Key West, and we had a good, we stayed at Big Pine Island, and they have these little baby deer there. Little baby deer, and if you jump on them, and you ride them around the island, and you get caught by the ranger, you go to jail. But we wouldn't know nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
No,
Not
because
at all.
we didn't do that at all.
No.
They're an endangered species, and if you try to ride them or feed them or anything to them, you're gonna get in trouble.
But they'll try to feed themselves.
Oh yeah, they'll come right on you and just try and snatch your food. Make you want to choke them right out. Just slip a ninja choke on them.
Give me my food back.
Ah, venison. You smell like venison. So we're in Key West, and we decided that after the night and the day that we stayed there,
Mm-hmm.
that we wanted to leave because no-see-ums were attacking us, and
Right.
you weren't in the best of like sleeping comfort.
Yeah, it was all metal.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the best of these things. Anyway, we decided that we were going to leave at around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we make it all the way to Marathon,
Mhm.
which is like right over a bridge. And then a sheriff's deputy lights us up. And, I don't drink. And I was driving the speed limit. We had the windows down. We didn't have the music blaring. It was a nice, cool night. We were enjoying the sea air, enjoying the drive, Like I said, I wasn't speeding because I'm in my Chevy Colorado, and that thing is not meant for speed.
No, not at all.
It's slow as a snail, And I'm trying to actually hang on to that truck for a little while, so I don't want to be tearing it up. Anyway, he lights us up, pulls us over, and the first thing you do is you turn on your inside down light,
Mm-hmm.
and that's, do you know why that is?
No, tell me.
Well, it's to make sure that guy that's by himself, that's the officer,
Mhm.
he can see everything that's going on in the car, because he doesn't know what he's walking up to, because he doesn't know who he's walking up to. It could be a hostile situation. Somebody could go for a gun, and then he doesn't get to go home to his family at night.
Okay.
So it's kind of a very important thing.
Mhm.
So he comes up and he says, "Ask for my ID." I give him my ID, and Madsen and I are talking. Next thing you know, second truck pulls up. Boop boop. Anytime you see that, that's not a good sign. When a second truck pulls up, it's not good.
Mm.
So this guy comes up to me and he says, "My license is suspended." I said, "No, it's not." Da 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 da. They just asked me it's a Kansas license, and it wasn't suspended. But my Florida one was, because I have now a Kansas driver's license, even though I have a house in Florida too. So anyway, he wasn't squared away. I was squared away. He kept trying to fish instead of just letting me go.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up having to have Maddie go home, drive us home. And then the funny thing is that you and I were sitting a couple days later,
Mhm.
and what were we doing? We were watching, what was it?
It was The Florida Man.
On what? On
I don't remember. It might have been Netflix or HBO.
Netflix or something like that. Yeah. And it was funny because one of the interactions he was asking me what I was into, and I'm like, into insurance. And he's like taking down all of my information on my company, and like, it was just,
the show was based off of.
Yeah, it was weird. Like he'd watching the show or something. Like he just got finished watching the show, and he figured he was gonna get you big fish or something. Nope, got old Steve Brown.
And I know you had veteran plates. Too.
Yeah, and he listen. There are gonna be times in life where people that have power over you. It's getting kind of late, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is take number 4, by the way. People that have power over you, they're gonna flex on you, and the best thing that you can do is STFU. Shut up. Don't say anything. Make your interaction with them as short as possible and as non-hostile as possible. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad because, I had to go to court and they said that I was arrested. I never got arrested. And I went to court and the state dropped all the charges, which was ridiculous because the only charge I had was not having a Florida license, which isn't illegal.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Kansas license. So I ended up spending 9 hours the whole day.
In a car.
And and then my car blew up on the way home. That is, it hasn't been the greatest of month. It all started with the cat dying and then getting hassled by the sheriff's office deputy, the sheriff's deputy. And you saw how that affected me. Yeah. That really, like, when I have the ability, I used to train police officers. I fight professionally, dude. Like, they saw veteran plates and they were literally poking a bear with a stick. And neither one of those guys were veterans. But they didn't like veterans. It seemed like. They tried to play it off. Then the camera wasn't on.
So there were a lot of things wrong.
There was, and then when I talked to a lawyer, they laughed. They were like, oh, yeah, Monroe County. Yeah, it happens.
Mm.
And kind of, ha ha ha. I was just like, yeah. What do you do?
So,
what do you do? I don't know what to do. I can just, I have more details to the story that I'm not going to share with everybody because it might get over my anxiety and put it in a skit.
Well, talking about anxiety, what's your biggest anxiety?
Getting in front of people and talking.
Well, we're kind of fixing that now.
This is a camera, and y'all, I really don't have to interact. So, like, I've been trying to do stand-up, and I have a lot of material, like 6 months, half a year worth of material that I have, and I learned that a lot of material that I was sharing on Facebook was already being used.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stopped sharing on Facebook and started writing my own stuff.
Right.
So now I have, like, cynical comedy type stuff that I want to share with people, but I can't get over my anxiety to get out the door, to get out of my comfort zone, to go and stand in front of people, to just let it all hang out, because I'm being a big weenie. I'm a pro fighter, and I can get out there and fight and train and stuff. It's just when it comes to putting the microphone and then the lights. Actually, let's be honest, even at that time, you remember when I was fighting, it was difficult. You know what I mean? You can sleepy ass. All right, so now tell me about Vader, man.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us about Vader really quick, because we've had 4 takes, y'all. It's like 10 o'clock at night right now, and we're trying to get this done, huh?
Yeah.
It's been tough. 4 takes. Like the last one, we did it perfect, and then we look and it didn't record.
So, Vader is my black cat, and he has yellow eyes, and his name, he's the Sith Lord.
Now.
His name explains everything that he does. He's a weird cat because he likes belly scratches, but he attacks you everywhere you go. He's a little panther.
And a slinky all combined in one. Like, dude, how do you become a slinky, bro? You've never seen a cat.
He just goes limp. And he's not even a rag doll. So when he goes limp, we don't understand it.
No, it's weird.
But the
weird.
craziest thing is he eats everything. Dog food.
People food. He'll
People
just
food.
come up. You have a coffee, he'll try to drink your coffee. If you have an energy drink, he'll try and do that. He's into everything. He's a freaking 2-year-old in a cat's body. He's into everything, breaking plates and shit.
Yeah, breaking everything. He broke his own bowl too.
Oh, Lordy. Yep.
Ornaments. So, Vader, he actually bullies a 50-pound pit bull and an 8-pound cat that's older than he is.
Yeah.
Or about like 4 or 5 years.
He terrorizes the whole house.
And he replaced my past cat Kylo pretty well. Kylo Ren. So Vader replaces Kylo Ren.
They like sit in the same spots. It's weird, man.
It's like Kylo left his alpha sense everywhere.
Yeah, like little alpha memoirs.
This is where we sat.
You gotta chase the stupid calico cat around the house at fucking 2 a.m. on Fridays and Tuesdays. It's weird stuff, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I got a story about that, actually. I woke up this morning and he was drinking on the toilet, by the way.
Oof.
So yeah, when you're doing the head nuzzles, be careful. You might end up with some poop on your nose or something. Fucking weirdo. But no, I woke up the other day and his ass was like being all cute and meow, right, meow. And I picked him up and he's like, and he starts purring and shit. And then I look around and I notice there's no other animals in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So then I go over and I'm looking around the house to see where they are. And they're all in the other side of the house in the corner of the office. And Susie won't even come out of the office because Vader is there crouched down like a freaking panther, like he's going to pounce on her at any moment. So then I shoo him away, and then I let Susie go to the hallway. So I get Susie down to the hallway, and then she sits, and then there Vader is, cowered down like a dang panther again, trying to pounce on her again. So I shoot him away, and I was just like, man, this cat is just like, he literally had them in the corner of another room on the other side of the house. He contained them like cattle. So yeah, that's my story.
All right. So, what do you think about? Well, we already went through fears, right? We talked about.
Yeah, I think you have a question about countries.
Okay.
I think it's something about I don't remember, something about something.
Well,
Asian countries.
we could talk about that next podcast.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll have more information about it.
I like that. Because, you got to be careful about what we're talking about on that one because we want to make sure that we're accurate.
Right.
So I do believe that Japan, though, is one of the strongest countries that has some of the most honor. They try to say that, Japan's men are all perm and this and that. Listen, Japan, they train judo as a
Karate.
It's required in school.
Judo, yeah.
Judo is required. So they have classes for judo. Like the young girls know judo for good reason. The boys learn it. It's one of those things that's just kind of widespread there.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the culture. So I think that when people start to judge Japan and think about, oh, well, they have guys that are skinny and they have cute hair and perms and this and that. Yeah, they're guys that fit in that group and girls love them, certain girls, but there is a lot of really tough ass dudes in Japan and they're real men. And we need to take note. It's the same thing here. There's a lot of real men out here that don't get enough credit for being men.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's just that's just the people with money. That's just what they want to show you right now. You know, if all it takes is one other person to stand up to them and be like, nah, you know what? I don't like the way you guys are doing things anymore. And then they change the whole spectrum of things. I've seen it happen over and over a couple of times in my lifetime right now. And I'm sure in your lifetime growing up, you'll see it happen.
Okay.
The pendulum swings back and forth a lot. So, like, it's like, oh, we're going to try this out way over here, even though it's crazy. We're going to try it out.
Yeah, we're going to go to the other side.
Well, you know what? Those pants didn't fit very well. Let's go over here and try these on. It's just kind of figuring out where the setting is. But you being a young man, you know, what do you want to see for the next year? What would you like to see? Now, you can't say something like phone stuff or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the next year, what would you like to see for your peers to take note of?
I would like my peers to take note of how much the importance of having somebody as close as family, or having family and being able to be honest with them and they're honest with you. And there's a lack of that, and I noticed that there are friends, and most of them will
Talk?
Most of them will talk instead of do.
Well, people talk.
And preach without actually
Yeah.
being the preacher.
Yeah,
and
so
doing
like
all that.
everybody wants to talk big, but nobody wants to show up. Everybody wants to be the good guy, but nobody wants, when it comes time to put the 10 toes down
And be honest.
and put on the line and do the things, people bail. Listen, man. Human nature is human nature. And, you know, I used to get angry when people would call me and be like, hey, how you doing? You know, yeah, let me know what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to help you out, bro. No problem. I got you, bro. I got you. And, like, I would get all, like, excited before when I was younger. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, so they're going to help. Now, no. Like, you got to, like, nobody, like, for a man, no one's coming to help you. No one's coming to help you.
Except maybe mom.
If you have your parents, if your parents like me, my parents are passed away, right? The people that made me passed away. Okay, I have a stepfather that I love very much to this day, right? And I'll do anything for him, and he knows that because he raised me. That being said, there's nobody that's going to save me. And when things go wrong, it's my fault. And if he can't eat, that's my fault. If he can't go to school, that's my fault. If he doesn't have clothes to wear, it's my fault. By the way, shout out Hunch Chronicles. Love you guys. What do you say? And, you know, if I don't take care of business, he doesn't get to be, you know, a kid. He doesn't get to play games. You know, if I don't take care of business, he doesn't get to wrestle.
Right.
So
I'm proud of you for doing that.
no, but that's me. I have to do that as a man. My thing is that, you know, at a realization at some point, I was like, you know, even though things were really bad, I looked at Madison and I said, you know, I can't call anybody. And I don't want to call anybody because when I called somebody, they said they'd help and then they bailed. And that was the worst. Like, well, you know, it took me almost a month and a half to recover, and we still ain't recovered yet. You know, luckily that I have mentors that stepped in, and I even have better mentors now that are teaching me how to streamline everything a little bit better.
And that's always good.
Yeah, and I want to thank those people that literally, like they didn't even know me. Like, they were just like, hey, welcome to our team, and let's get this done. And then as I'm growing with them, they're giving me advice that this is golden advice. Like, you can't pay money to get this kind of advice. Like this, it's wonderful, you know, that I get to meet somebody like that. I haven't even met them in person. I've only talked to them on the phone. And then I know people I've known my entire life that were like, BS me. You know, or people that I consider family that are watching the videos and never sharing them. It's like you want to Nobody ever wants you to go outside of their little box or their little area, or they never want you to rise higher than them. And I never thought it would be family, to get jealous. But then family will make other family jealous, and like saying wrong things. Like imagine, imagine this. Imagine if I was like compared you to your sister all the time.
That would be wrong because everybody's different and people have their own talents.
But if I compared you to your sister and I separated you, you guys aren't together, and I said, oh, well, Rosabella does this, and Rosabella does that, Rosabella does this, and Rosabella does that, and then I take Rosabella aside and I go, well, Rosabella does this, and Rosabella does that. And, Owen does this, and Owen's so much better than you because of this.
Divide.
There you go. And see, I've learned that, like, from being in other countries, that there's no way for anybody that's going to succeed past your medium freaking life unless you have a team behind you or with you. And I mean a team of 3. A family that's going to all with the same direction. You can't move up if you all ain't pointing up. And that's the way it is. And you have to push everyone to move up. Like when you give me an idea, like this podcast, did I tell you no? What'd I say?
Let's try it.
Let's try it. Anytime Madison tells me, hey, let's do something, I try, almost everything. But usually when it comes to like encouraging people to do things, I want to encourage everybody to be the best person that they can be. Because I never got like that kind of encouragement. I never was told, except when I was on the like mat, dude. Like in Japan, they don't say that stuff anyway. That's not how they encourage you. They encourage you in Japan by showing you more stuff, by giving you more options to grow. Right? I've never had that here. I've had to like scratch and claw and like then a snake here, fucking scare that snake there, get away from me, snake here, and then you got haters just hating you because you're a good person. You ever have that?
Oh yeah, I had that.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Why? What happened?
It's because people are usually jealous of attention, and when you're good, you get attention just because you are good and you're different, and people are jealous of that attention, and it shouldn't be that way. They're jealous of you because they're mad at themselves.
Whoa, that's pretty deep. I never really thought about it like that because I was like, I think about it like it's more or less like they just have this hate in their heart.
It's usually envy or jealousy.
Yeah, like I've said some of the darndest things, but like there's just people out there like, okay, like there's a scenario, like can you imagine someone that's rich beyond belief? They have all the money that you can love. They've got kids, beautiful wife, the boat, the house, the car, everything. But the one thing that they can't have is the goodness in your heart and the type of person you are. So then they try everything to destroy that in you.
Because they already destroyed it in themselves.
Yeah, but it's like,
people don't like the truth.
Okay, I can understand that.
You can understand that. Now, in a bigger perspective,
they don't like good?
They don't like the emotion. They don't like the feeling.
Of good? So it's like...
Because they've been deprived of it their lives.
So the way that... So you're trying to tell me maybe that guy that's made it, he didn't make it the right way.
Right. He did too many things.
Of too many wrongs, too many people.
Too many people to get anything
But the thing is like when somebody, like I've gotten to this point in my life, and I think it's come after my 20s, I don't know, where I've just like, maybe it's once I learned how to kill with my bare hands. And I was like, everything else is secondhand noise now. So it's like, if somebody was to rob me of $100,000, that's money. I could take your life with my hands, with my bare hands. you know? And so I'm like, is it worth it?
No.
No, it's not worth it. Is it worth being angry over? Nah, it's just money. Who cares? I'll get over it. It's no
You
biggie.
can always make more.
Yeah, but my thing is like,
Why?
you don't, your hate in your heart, that feeling that you wake up, that envy, that hate, that jealousy, that's sticking with you every day. That's rent free in your head, in your body every day. It's got to take a toll on your mind, your psychosis, to make you crazy, not to be enjoyable to be around. I can imagine, was I ever like that? Was I ever, now be honest, now, well, I might have been at some point in my life. Huh.
You were when you were going through anger issues.
Like,
You remember the classes and you were like, I need to go to this class. Anger issues. College is getting too much.
what, was that what
College
it was?
homework.
I don't know. I think, college, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened during that time, and psychosis broke. So yeah,
And then
I'm
exercise.
human, man.
Exercise helps.
Exercise
gets
really
it all
does,
out.
really does, but everything is second noise to that stuff. Now, when you want to be angry, even in traffic, I'm the worst guy in traffic. You can ask this kid.
Oh.
I talk so much trash to people, it's insane. I'm a very, very strict driver.
Use your turn signal.
Use your turns.
Oh my
Use
goodness.
your freaking turn signals. Oh my Lanta. Y'all I don't have ESPN. I can't figure out what the hell y'all's doing.
Country again.
It's
You're going into country
It's
now.
It's ESP. I did that it was a joke. I get to put them. It's a joke.
You get excited.
I'm getting all excited. What you mean? I ain't got nothing. No, anyway. Shit fire, say the matches. Woo! Anyway. Two claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! Love you, Rick.
All right. Do you think that concludes number 7?
I don't know how much time it's been because we're supposed to do like 35 minutes. I feel like it's been about 15. But I don't know, Jack.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
This dude's over here trying to hide a yawn. I want to be like, all you have to do next time is you have to tilt your head downward and just let it out. And then you look over the bill of your hat as you raise your eye forward and you smile. We're learning. It's a learning process. Right?
Definitely. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we spent like 3 hours in here now, and
it's hot.
So it's
if you
like
can't
we're
see
sitting
the
in a
steam
sauna.
off my glasses. Like, this was supposed to be our like chill day.
Like 25 minutes.
It's what? It's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursdays are like chill out day where we can have a rest day because Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But it feels like we've been working out the whole entire
Oh yeah,
time.
like I didn't even feel like I got a rest day. I had to change. I felt like I had to dry out the shirt 4 times. But we did it because we want to bring you guys a little bit more quality
And we're learning too.
and we're learning
So we're
slowly.
getting better.
Number 7 in here, and I think
Number 7 times 4.
yeah, jeez. And then my phone started acting up again. I was just like, you know what? This is ridiculous. So, somebody died.
What?
Yeah. Geraldo.
Geraldo?
I think Geraldo. Jerry Springer.
Who's
Jerry Springer died.
I don't remember who.
All
Jerry
right,
Springer
son.
was.
So Jerry Springer is okay.
I need to remember his
No,
face. I'm
okay.
good with faces.
Okay,
not
you're
good with
gonna
names.
remember when I start telling you because I know you've seen clips.
Okay.
So Jerry Springer in the 90s was this guy that would bring up controversial things for a talk show, and fights always ensued. Dude, chairs are flying and shit. Dude, people are getting hit. Security's trying to step in between baby mamas, daddies, and stuff. Oh, it's crazy, dude.
Is it where it's like you're not the father?
Yeah.
okay.
That's it. You're
Then-
not the
then I
father.
know
It's
it.
like you are the father.
You are the father.
Oh, man.
What?
She's got 4 kids with 3 other dudes. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I know Jerry Springer.
Yeah. So Jerry, rest in peace, Jerry. R.I.P. He did so much entertainment over the years, and that's just breaking. I think I saw that just a little bit earlier.
Mm.
So, R.I.P. Jerry Springer. You had some great stuff, and I hope there's going to be some awesome clips of your show. The Springer Show. I think it's Jerry Springer Show. With that being said, you said something about... the General.
The General.
The General.
What General?
The General.
This General?
The General.
The General.
Shaq. Do you know Shaq's the sheriff?
No.
Shaq
Wait,
is
Shaq is a sheriff?
Yeah. Can you imagine, dude?
A Shaq.
You go, woo! Woo! And then you just see walking up and then, excuse me there, fella. And it's just right here. You see his belt and everything. It's right.
The stomach.
No, you see, here's the window. You're seeing all the midsection here in the wing.
And you're
He's like,
had to look up.
how you doing there, little fella?
Hello.
You know you were speeding.
No.
Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, dude. Shaq, dude. Can you imagine? He also does karate.
Does karate?
Yeah, can you
so
imagine?
you can do 90-degree kicks.
Dude, I don't know. Can you imagine getting none? If you get kicked or hit by Shaq, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You got a hand coming at you.
Dude, it's huge. How do you not see it coming? How do you not see that thing coming, dude? It's like probably like one of his arms is like my whole body. It's like whoosh. But yeah, Shaq, we can get some sponsors for the General. I mean, come on, he needs a job, dude. This is what he wants to do, kind of. I think. So,
well,
part of one of the things. So.
Definitely.
You want to do a lot of different things, I guess.
Yeah, because it's better to try a lot of ways
and then fail, and then get one that succeeds, and you're just money.
Every skill you gain is something
Money.
can use for the future.
Manny dance. So yeah, dude, what is something that you what's something that you plan on doing for the show?
Doing for the show?
Yeah.
I would say
any merchandising or any type of
I'll start at the lowest
like
levels.
a game or
which
like
would
a
be-
giveaway or like, do you have anything like that? Do you have any ideas?
I want to make I want to make funny skits with this person right here and just set it up the right way.
And just you want to make funny skits with me?
Yeah, and it'll be jokes that I find funny that we do.
Oh,
And you find funny that we do.
appropriate jokes.
Appropriate jokes. And what we'll do is, I don't care if my jokes get stolen or not, because it's just a way for your funnier jokes to just get a platform off of. So we have a tier list.
Who knows,
jokes.
man? Maybe I'll get taken to the mothership, man.
The mothership.
Separation. Separate and go to the mothership, man. That's what I need, man.
What was the comedian's
The
name?
mothership.
Bert Kreisler? I forget his name.
No, I think the mothership is Joe Rogan's comedy club.
What? He has
Yeah.
a comedy club?
Yeah, I believe it opened. Maybe I want to go to it, but
You
I
gotta
wanna-
get famous first.
yeah, look at you. We gotta get famous first. You make it when you make it to the Joe Rogan show. Hey guys, you know how you can tell if somebody listens to Joe Rogan?
How?
They'll say something like 100%, 100%. 100%. Anybody that says 100% to you while you're talking to you, they listen to Rogan. 100% they listen to Rogan. Oh man, and then I like Joey Coco Diaz because I love his stories, man, because it's so original.
I'm funny.
Oh yeah, but it's how he was. I knew guys in the military that acted like him. Those guys are crazy. They're live, bro. I had a friend of mine that would we called him Snatch.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, he's the ugliest looking Mexican you'd ever seen in your life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He had like Ray Liotta. Is it Ray Liotta? No, Ray Liotta. Was it Ray Liotta? I don't remember. But anyway, he had the scarring all over his face, right? But he was tall, and he wasn't like fat, but he wasn't like skinny either. He was kind of decent built. Dude, this dude pulled more girls than anybody I've ever seen. He would just walk through Japan and like touch girls on their side or touch them on their butt, slap them on their butt, and then be like, "Hey, baby."
Oh my goodness.
And they giggle and like trying like, "Hey," and he like
because
hey,
he was tall, right?
can I, yeah.
In Japan.
Oh yeah,
Being tall
And-
in Japan.
But bro, his face looked like it got beat with a meat cleaver. Like he had like like scars in his face.
Mhm.
Didn't matter, dude. Didn't matter. They loved the fact that he was outgoing.
That's it.
He had that charisma where, dude, he could sit there and be like, "Hey man, how you doing? How you doing?" And you're just sitting here, you're just like this, and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And and take your money right from you. Like, "Yo, dude, what's good?" And like steal your glasses and shit.
Oh,
know?
no,
you
my
wouldn't
pockets.
you wouldn't even know it. He was just so slick, bro. So slick. Yeah,
Oh no.
he was a slick dude.
Everything's empty.
Snatch, if you're out there and you're still alive, running around somewhere.
Is that why it was?
Thanks for
called
the
Snatch?
memories, bud. Oh, dude, he's got some like that guy. I'd like to have him on here sometime just to talk about some old school stuff. You know, because we've all got military stories, and some of the military stories I can't tell because they aren't mine, but a lot of them I can tell because they are mine, and some of them I won't tell you because they are mine and only mine to know,
Okay.
and nobody else to know. But yeah,
I think I don't have anything else to talk about.
I think I want to go to bed now.
I want to go to bed now. So I would
look,
like
he
to
can't
say
even
that-
stay. He can't even stay awake for a podcast, bro. He's like, "Dad, please, I gotta go to school." No, I'm just kidding. I know you're not. We're not doing that, are we?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't like make him stay up any later, right?
No, please don't. Say
Yeah.
that was podcast number 7.
Number 7, and we will see you probably in a couple of days. We'll have 8 because 8's your favorite number, isn't it?
No,
3 is your favorite.
3
number.
is.
I'm sorry, I just generalized my son as all the other Asians that love 8 for lucky 8
Or
because it's infinity sideways
Right.
forever, like this podcast. Go on and hit it,
No, wait.
dude. I don't know what you're waiting on me for.